All right, let's resume. And let's follow Omar. Certainly seems like we're getting less crystals by going left. It's very interesting. I press my fingertips together and raise them to my chin, trying to look like I'm in control.
We need to find Ursula, but not at the expense of our own safety.
Jade and Nora know what I'm about to say. Might feel like a betrayal, but they'll thank me later.
Holly?
I wanted to throw a Molotov cocktail!
It's not a matter of better or worse. It's a matter of self-preservation.
Omar steps forward. Just an inch, but it's enough to stop the conversation becoming an open dispute.
I'll contact my guy.
Mysterious contact. Yet another unknown variable in an equation that's rapidly spiraling out of control. And with that, he turns and leaves. Probably to avoid a debate with Laszlo, or Jade, or Nora, or me.
This is absurd. Come on, you know it is.
Jade stays silent, fussing with something in her pocket.
Nora, sweetie,
But
time to go. We're only making this more difficult for Polly.
Perfect parental manipulation. He has it down to an art.
I'll be fine, and I'll be back soon. With Ursula.
A beat. Laszlo slings an arm around Nora's shoulders, and they make their way out, Jade following silently. As I hurry to catch up with Omar, I feel like I've made the right choice. The disappointment in the girl's eyes, though, that'll take some work to smooth over. When I get back. I draw up next to Omar. He's quiet, focusing on what's in front of us, physically and metaphorically.
So, this contact.
He raises a finger. A drone's flying above us. We walk. A minute passes. Another.
I need you to stay behind me. Do not talk to me. Don't even look at me. Understood?
Don't even sniff the air that comes off of me. Ugh. His tone is different. Formal. Intimidating. Here comes the doubt again. That creeping fear I've made a mistake.
I'll contact my guy. From now on, if anything happens to me, keep walking.
Wait, what could happen to you? You didn't mention...
Keep walking. Understood?
I wonder if he turned over Ursula to MK. You know MK's been experimenting with egregor. They would have an interest in anyone versed in Oxy stuff. Another lightning fast nod.
Go. You follow. 10 seconds behind.
He's gone before I have time to react. He's hypnotizing. Commanding. Do I trust him? With my life? Oh, we're gonna fucking listen in on this shit. Omar walks in front of me. He slips his phone out of his pocket, just like 20 other people on the street around us. He touches a few buttons on the side of his device. More buttons than a normal smartphone has. Who is this guy? I walk a little faster, not too close, but enough to catch the start of his tri-vid call.
Hey, it's me.
That's when I bump into a pedestrian. Omar keeps walking, and I lose a few paces. When I finally gain on him again, I see the person on the other end of the call. A generic white guy. No one I know. But he's wearing an MK uniform. Shit.
3 minutes. Be ready.
There's a muffled reply I can't quite catch.
This is your chance. Grab it now and...
Omar starts to turn. I move to my right, in time to shy away from his glance. Next second, he cuts the line. Doubt rules my mind now. Why did I decide to follow him? Alone? A generic white guy. Oh shit, they got Marvel actors working for MK? Getting caught? Goes to the Oxian Temple. Ten. 20 GK. We cross a street, then another. I'm starting to feel like we've left Atina entirely. New buildings, glass and steel everywhere, state-of-the-art sidewalks, and that almost gleam in the sun. New Elysia, the economic center of the Empire, the heart of Mono Concern. Omar's steps slow, and I follow suit.
Listen,
He doesn't turn.
I'll be back for you. Next block is MK Tower. You'll see a door with MK markings. Wait next to it. Wait for me. Understood?
I'm not a child. I understand. He walks away, then stops suddenly. He still doesn't look at me.
I'm sorry for the tone. I'm as nervous as you are.
What the hell have I gotten myself into? What have you gotten into indeed? This is still hidden. What is over there? What is over there? I don't know what is over there. I wish to find out what we've got in there. What is in there? I must know. We'll just have to think and overthink what's going to happen waiting outside the MK door. I've never thought of the street as a peaceful place. Cars, trams, buses, pedestrians in groups or alone. Business people going about their, well, business. But now all that has faded into a muffled background. My mind is humming a restless tinnitus of the brain. Where the hell is Omar? I see the door, I see the intercom next to it. Just another door like any other. There's nothing else, nothing to set it apart. This can't be the entrance to the ruins. It can't be where my mother is. Can it?
Having doubts.
A faint warmth follows chaos around, like a fever or an anger that spreads to the reality around them.
I can feel truth wincing from here.
God. Have I made a mistake?
Maybe. Or maybe not. I'm not a big believer in preordination. Too predictable.
I can't stay here.
Back to the street. Back to the waiting. Back to the doubts. Let's see how much you trust Omar now. Did I wait too long? Do I look too conspicuous? Is it drone circling me? It's definitely getting louder and closer.
No, not now.
Oh, but I'm in my element. Look at all this stuff. This is where I live. In a purely philosophical sense, of course. All the moving parts. Ego, paranoia, lust. All it needs is a little push and the whole system would descend into... well, you know. And now here you are. The proverbial spanner in the works.
I fucking love Chaos's VA. I fucking loving him.
Granted, a spanner with an irrational fear of forcibly applied torque.
What are you talking about?
Like it or not, my dear, you're my agent now. The unknown variable, the gremlin on the wing. Feels good, doesn't it?
The drone is scanning my face. I need to act. Now. Headbutt the drone! There's a high-pitched beat, and the drone backs off, violently. My legs quiver. My heart quickens. Fight or flight. That, or an incoming panic attack. And then, Omar.
How did you... The drone.
A contact.
Omar looks at me, obviously sorry about my state, but impressed by the anger on my face.
You didn't think I'd come back?
I had my doubts.
Good. Like I said, trust is earned. Look.
He shows me his phone, a string of messages to an unknown number.
One of my old suppliers. MK swallowed up his book repo and he got drafted as a technician. Now, well, we help each other out.
Loyalty is important to him. Huh. Still, I grab his arm, pulling him towards me.
Tell me then. What's the plan?
Yes, take the initiative. Remind him who really holds.
Okay, Power. Fucking keep it in your pants, my dude. Chill the fuck out.
You're not going to like it.
Tell me.
We just walk in, pretend to be workers, part of the excavation team.
Hard hat, high vis, and a clipboard. Confidence, confidence, confidence. We're just rolling right on in. Yeah, here's a uniform, here's a clipboard, walk fast and look annoyed. Exactly. Oh, God. Woo-wee. All right. Fucking doing it. That's it?
You're not serious.
Have I ever joked with you before?
No.
Let's go.
I released my grip on his arm. A surprisingly toned arm. For a bookseller. Hmm? It seems like he doesn't only just lift boxes of books. Well, it legitimately works. Yeah. It does work in a lot of situations, in certain situations. Like, that's why there is, like, in actual physical security, you have things like man traps, you have things like no piggybacking, everyone has to badge in, things like that. You can still, like, defeat those systems. There's usually roundabout ways. Like, for badging, depending on the type of badge, there's usually ways to exploit them and lift credentials, and you can, like, clone the badges to be able to gain access via those cards. So that's why also having a different kinds of badges, accessing different areas. So, like, if you have one badge just to gain entrance into the building, but then you have, like, a specific badge that gets you access to a specific area, you know, you may have only cloned one badge, but now you're inside and you can't do shit. You know, man traps, forcing people to go one by one, having a security person actively monitoring, that can affect that. There's also just having a culture of challenging people who look suspicious. You know, that's why a lot of places, if there's like a secure place, you know, you have your badge visible. You know, if you don't see someone with a visible badge, you're like, hey, you know, you need to have your thing, you know, have your thing clipped on, etc., etc. You don't see someone with it clipped on, you know, you challenge, like, hey, what are you doing here? You know, did you forget your thing? Are you being escorted? You know, did you lose people? Those are all important things. Keep getting raided into here, might as well as fall. Well, welcome to the Ziggurat Catastrophe. I hope you enjoy your time here. What can I say? There's a lot of cool people, and I just do silly shit. And apparently, a bunch of people just like to come in on silly shit. What can I say? But hey, that's enough with like biz security 101. Speaking of Ray, Cyber, welcome. How you been doing this far? I'm gonna say how you're doing, but apparently what I'm doing is going into the void. Mean to me. If y'all were too busy watching Zyber own the Covenant, you give them a gander. This string of freaking is so wild. Absolutely. Oh, hey, you got the frog Dreki. The Frecky, if you will. Raid summoning. I have the power. Hockey back in the 80s and 90s was far simpler. Not just technology, but the culture was so open and intrusion due to lack of. Yeah. I mean, there was also the whole thing with the Captain Crunch noise. You know, the certain frequency of the hertz to get access to free long distance, things like that. There's also like just a lot of lockpicking culture in a lot of infosec peoples because of, you know, it's like solving a puzzle and such, and like you don't even have to be lockpicking lawyer tier for it to be effective. You know, locks are never really the end all be all for securing something. All it is a delaying measure. There's also some interesting things I learned about exploiting the door frame itself, because it's always the weakest part of a thing. It could be the lock itself, it could be the door frame, it could be the door material. Like if you could have a fucking 3-foot steel door, but if you have a drop ceiling with, you know, asbestos ridden plaster tiles that you can just push up, like you just climb up the wall and then you go over it that way, you know. So security really is a multi-dimensional puzzle that has a lot of trade-offs to make things better. And it's always like, all right, well, how big is your actual risk? All right, and how much do you really need to spend time and energy to make things more difficult? Under the door tools. Yeah, I'd say some interesting ones of tools that just slide in the gap underneath, and then they can go up and there's like a grabby bit that can grab onto. Steel door and wall board makes me laugh too. Yeah. I remember I had, when I was in a dormitory, it was notorious, like in the dormitory, like everyone knew it, because it was very frequent that people locked themselves out, because everyone only had one fucking key.
Does it.
Holy shit! Kasawa just shitting on over there. Just little do shit. Thanks for the resubscriptions. Holy shit! 17 months? Fucking time flies. Spinning with joy. 17 months. It's almost a year. Yeah, it is. It really is, Kasawa. It is almost a year. By the way, what's the calendar you're using, Kasawa? Is it like a base 18 or something? Zyra, I don't know how long you, I don't know how long you need to stream. You need to go just wiggle out, just leave a position. The scan got me. I'm afraid the Dreki you know is now gone. I'm now Dreki 0.0, the replacement. Studied mechanical engineering. The guy that taught me locks said they only keep out honest people. Yeah. Well, also there's fun things even for like touchpads of like, especially ones that have been around for a while, you know, being able to study like, like you can just see the wear pattern on the buttons and being able to guess the pattern off of that sometimes. Yeah, like breaking into places is so fascinating and such a wide field of study. Oh, but the dormitories. I remember like there was the coat hangers from like a nearby place. So like everyone had like these coat hangers that for some reason they returned your stuff with surprisingly sturdy wire hangers, and so you could use those to get between the weather stripping on the door and just unlock your door and get right in. So you didn't even need to use a coat hanger. So like, you know, you get someone banging on your door, it's like, hey, I locked myself out. Can I borrow a door unlocker? And it's like, yeah, and you just grab your coat hanger that's already bent the right way, and you just kind of passes around. You know, there's a couple floating around that people have. Also, a number of things that use commonly. Absolutely, yeah. I would say if I ever got a house somehow, I assume I won the lottery in this situation because that's the only way that's fucking happening. Number one thing: replace the locks. Replace the locks. At the very least, replace the locks. Also, don't leave an external lock. Then anyone can break in. Like, yeah, you forgot a key, but I mean, or anyone can just break in. I don't know. I used to have one of those undercar spare key things that's like magnetic. It's like one of those super magnets, and you like clip it into your undercarriage on one of the metallic parts of the car. But then it's like, I realized, like, wait a minute, I'm leaving my car key where literally anyone could just grab it and steal my car. This is a bad idea. You need a backup key keeper with a trust for local. Yeah, that is much better. When you were in college, I let nearly a dozen people back into their apartments because they all knew I was the lock guy. Hey, call the lock guy. The locksmith? No, I know a guy. No guy that does locks. There's also shimming is also very useful, just for general knowledge, so you can slip out of zip ties and most cuffs, because your standard handcuffs are very easy to break out of. They need like yeah, the most common handcuffs you'll run into are actually very easy to slip out of without having to do anything crazy, like, you know, fucking breaking your wrist or shit like that. Aside of that, is your friend decides to do a little shenanigans when they know you're out, but like that's part of the friendship. They end up getting a locksmith license as a way to earn money on the side. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be too bad. I certainly know, I certainly have had to pay a pretty penny just to get my car popped open. It's like not a lot of labor, it seems to me, but you know, it's more like you're licensed because it's one of those trades that operates on trust. Kind of like if you're an accountant, or if you're I would say an IT systems administrator, you know, you need to have trust and ethics because you have a set of skills that if used unethically can have an outsized negative impact on many people. Like I've definitely been, as an IT systems admin, like I've been full stack. Like I would be able to access literally anybody's email, anybody's account. I can change anyone's password to whatever I wanted. You know, it's like I had a lot of power, which is why it's very important to follow and stay ethical in your actions. And that also means knowing what is allowed and ethical, so you can say no when you're told or asked or directed to do things that would be unethical. You're like, no, I am not going to do that legally or morally or for whatever reason, like pushing back against that shit. Because there's certainly managers or higher who may ask or request things that is not within their legal remit. I think it's important to make sure to not follow everything you're told to do. Chin the cuffs. Where's the cuff slides? Yeah. Also, another thing I did after for a while was hiding bobby pins in the seams of my clothes. Because yeah, I mean, it's funny, you see a lot in movies, but it's one of those things that's like, yeah, bobby pins are surprisingly flexible in the amount of things you can use them for. Either slimming cuffs, slimming zip ties, also just having somewhat sturdy shoelaces. You can easily basically use friction and destroy zip ties. The thin ones and also even like the thicker zip ties, a lot of the time. He's doing my, oh, you guys security plus? Yeah, CompTIA is a good place to start. I had security plus a long time ago. All right. Anyway, that was a nice digression on physical security. Let's break into this place using confidence trickster techniques. We're going underground. Omar crosses the street, heading directly for the lonely door and the intercom beside it. When we reach them, he waves at an unseen camera as though he's always worked there.
Hot one today.
The metal grill crackles back a generic response, boredom personified. It says nothing as Omar pulls the door open. We enter a corridor. Judging by the sand and the tools, someone's been digging.
They're tunneling away, looking for artifacts and ruins. My guy said security's been told not to interrupt the dig team. In any way.
The temple. It's down here?
Definitely. I had my doubts, but your call with your friend confirmed it.
They're not my friend.
Well, good to know.
Aww, why are they not my friend? That's not what I wanted to happen out of that. If awkwardness was liquid, Omar would be drowning in it.
I mean, good to know you're not in bed with the enemy.
Okay, dude. Omar would be floating belly up.
Forget it. Look, you should go.
You're not coming.
We need to split up. Cover more ground and... It's... something my contact said. I want to make sure he's safe. Distance from all this.
I nod and head for the stairs at the end of the corridor. No turning back now. Did your contract welch on us, or are you actually turning us over to Abstergo? I mean, MK. Entrance located, but why are they here? Why now? Maybe I sounded suspicious. Oh, we're gonna run into Yana. Life is strange. Sometimes that just hits me. Here I am, infiltrating an MK building to begin my search for an ancient mystic temple. Abruptly, I stop. I'm not under the tower anymore. I'm somewhere else. Reverie. Somewhere in Bond's mangrove forest. But he's nowhere to be seen.
What the?
Behind the trees, through the leaves, I can feel Yana's presence. Yana's very close. They wait for me in the real world. Yana and their keen eyes, their sharp aura, their ways I apparently haven't forgotten. Yana, walking reminder of how much I missed out on when I left Athena.
Harmony, are you quite well?
No, I'm dreaming in the middle of an infiltration mission.
My mind was drifting and...
He raises his head. He felt Yana, my thoughts of Yana, like a sonic boom above our heads.
This one. They are important to you?
They could be. I haven't seen them in so long.
Forgotten feelings.
Is it a warning? An omen? Before I can reply, I'm pulled back to Brittle. To the ruins. My mother can't be far.
Hey. Hey.
There's a gate in front of us, leading to the next room of the ruins. I'm stuck in a room with Yana. Well, hey, how you been, friend? Ooh, avoid them. Ooh, do we avoid them? Talk to them. I'm realizing... Okay, we don't have two bonds. We can't do family reunion, so it's gonna be Omar finds Ursula. But then what's this one? Is this the chaos option? Let's talk to our friend. No way around it. I have to talk to Yana. Here and now.
I don't know why you're here. I wish we were somewhere else. Under very different circumstances.
No, because the nodes say exactly which crystals they give. We haven't run into a situation where we get surprise crystals.
My life was on a very different path before my mother disappeared, and since then, everything's been a whirlwind. Emotions all over the place.
What am I saying? Should I be saying
There's
this?
a lot to talk about, but it's not the right time
How about you come back to my
for
place?
either of us.
Do I end with a smile? Should I just turn around and hope they don't have anything to say? A couple of seconds pass, and then Anna sighs. A deep sigh, her face full of complex emotions. I don't know if this is like a super fancy like upper garment, a bra. I think it's maybe a tattoo of some kind or flavor. Because it's doing something around the bicep. Ooh. Heart to heart. Trying to fool Yana. Yana knows your identity. Ah, so I didn't lie to them. But we get a chaos crystal. They want to help, but they might have their own motives. Ooh, what's going on? A sigh fills the room. For a moment, I feel like it's all over.
I've been expecting you. I mean, obviously.
Look, there's a lot to say. I know that. But
Holly, you dropped this.
They extend their arm. A key card.
You'd better run. I don't know how long this place will stay empty.
thank you.
I grab the key.
Drinks are on you next time.
Hey, yo. They smile. And I smile back.
Oh, run.
I nod. Slide the key card into the reader. I'm rushed to the door.
Can you feel it? Links forged through common ground across varied perspectives. There's nothing quite like it. Not in any world.
We barely spoke.
You are honest and frank once again. Such links are formed through faith repeated.
My name isn't Frank, it's Polly. Alright, Truth. I feel like of all people, you would know that. Also, I love the eye hand that blinks. It amuses me greatly.
No matter our differences.
I don't want to turn around.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm afraid it will slow me down. And it is a chaos option. Deus Ex Machina? I might have moved a piece or two on the chessboard here. Oh, this note is inevitable. Alright, so I can't even choose Omar finds Ursula. So I guess we're gonna find out what chaos has in store for us. These ruins seem like an anthill. All tunnels designed to be bustling. That's the best comparison I can think of. Ah! At least it's Deus and not Diabolus. Exactly. Ah! Alright, Durengar firing out from the hip to begin with. Okay. Alright. I see how it is. An anthill without ants. All of a sudden, I stumble upon a guard. He's lying face down on the ground. Someone knocked him out cold.
Ooh, you should see the dreams that one's having. Vivid.
You're doing?
Maybe, maybe not. Inscrutability is the key to my charm, you know.
I keep walking. Now my fists are clenched. All my senses on high alert. And then, I see the center of the ruins in front of me. Alright, we have a mantis. We have a beetle. It takes me a second to understand what I'm looking at. A strange cave, lit from an unknown source. A discarded MK security vest, tag and all. And my mother, in the arms of... It takes me a second to understand what I'm looking at.
She isn't waking up, Polly.
How is he here?
Did you? How did you?
I'm sorry, but I thought I could solve this without any of you getting hurt.
I'm certainly spinning in confusion. Welcome on by, Verdant Raccoon. Hold on. Laszlo is... What? What? Well, That breaks the spell on me, and I rush to them. I check Ursula. Faint heartbeat, quiet breathing. She's asleep.
Did you find her like this?
How the fuck are you here, Laszlo?
I did. I infiltrated the building on my own. Had to force my way in, but...
Did you? I'm now... so many questions. I put my hand to Ursula's face. Her skin is cold.
Wait. Look.
Her eyelids battle for a second against sleep. They flutter open. My mother looks around with empty eyes. She stands up shakily.
Hey there.
I'm fine. I just need a second.
Chaos. Hold on. Aspirations, chaos. Heal lips. Heal lips. Same lipstick as chaos. I take a step back. Somewhere above our heads, an alarm blares. Seems like someone woke the ants.
Oh, look at them. How touching. Young love. Isn't it sweet?
Not if MK catches us.
Oh, I don't know. Your man here's a fighter. Lovely obliques. Wouldn't that be a sight to see?
I know you're behind this, and sooner or later, I'll find out why.
We don't have time for this. I snap my fingers sharply.
Laszlo, we need to go. Can you?
Carry her. Yes, of course.
Laszlo scoops Ursula up, and she huddles in his arms. We slip away from the ruins through a dimly lit passage. Behind us, Footsteps resonate in the complex, like metallic drums sounding a prelude to war. End of chapter. Alright, what's our labyrinth looking like? I guess this doesn't get updated until the end of chapter. I hate when I do this. I hate when I keep doing that. Alright, so reveal a hard truth. Collective win. I think I want to go with reveal a hard truth of these options. I think that's what we're going to go with. Chaos is very intriguing. Absolutely. And I'm very interested to see what our mother might say, especially if we get a one-on-one chat and figure out what exactly is going on between her and Reverie. We did it. We leave through the same rooms and the same corridors. This time, though, they feel void of danger. Like, collective wins are nice, but yeah, like, I'm curious, and I wonder if the curiosity is going to be my undoing. It's not until we're near the Naiads that I dare to look at my mother.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
Being lectured by my own daughter. Truly, how delightful.
Alright, let me see if this voice actor is familiar. Ursula. Rachel Atkins. Right! Oh, she also does the voice for Truth. Right, okay. Right? It's all coming back to me. Also does Melvin in Talos Principle 2.
Don't start with the
That's the one that...
sarcasm. After everything we just did, you have no right.
A fair point. Although I must say, I didn't ask for your assistance.
Wow! I wanted to be unconscious in that ruin, alright? Okay? I was having a very comfortable dirt nap, okay? You rudely woke me up.
What were you doing? Where were you? Why didn't you leave a note or a letter or something?
I don't have the answers you're looking for.
Wouldn't be the first time.
How can that possibly be true?
I need time. It has been a frightfully stressful day, and I need to sleep some things off.
Yeah, you just want to dream again, don't ya? I know about Reverie. I know what you're trying to do, mother.
Please, darling. I'm tired. Let's go inside.
I'm tired. Yeah? Well, I'm Polly, and I'm gonna shake some answers out of you, old woman. She's not lying about that, at least. She looks terrible. Her eyes drifting lazily out of focus now and again. Without another word, we set off towards home. There, the atmosphere is morose, to say the least. I take the first opportunity to hightail it out of our little reunion. By the time I'm alone again, I feel the tug of Reverie. There's no point in resisting, as much as I'd like to. Within moments, the familiar feeling takes me. I open my eyes to see Truth before me.
So, you found your mother at last. Impressive. I'm sure you are simply thrilled to have her back.
Of course I am. I mean, she was never the easiest person to get on with, but I'm glad for Laszlo and Nora. The stress was killing them.
And me.
The time has come to track down our missing sibling. We will need them to pry Glory from her little stronghold.
Why is Glory holed up?
Chaos.
And I'm sure the others have lingering questions as well on the subject of my shattering.
So what is Glory up to? We move further into reverie, joining the other aspirations. There's a tremor of anticipation in the air. And tremor? Alright, we got it. Minor typo. Alright. Game ruined. Immersion destroyed.
With the egregor you found, you're ready to enter Chaos's maze.
Game confirmed as truly indie. I don't know if you can call this indie though, because they kind of have some big names in it. I feel like this is a pretty good quality game, game.
Be brave. You will face many truths amongst those pathways. Some exceedingly unpleasant.
I'm speaking before I've even fully noticed my own intention.
I'm ready.
I am ready. Do I have to do something? One bliss crystal? Ugh. Alright. They're not a... Okay, we do have a fancy animation. Fucking Wimby! Piece of paper. That's our mother. So she was banging Chaos. Yeah. Shrug. Fucking shrug emoji. Given his chaos, I almost expected the wind to suddenly and rapidly reverse. She faced. Yeah, my bad. She's kind of hot. Like, have you seen your mother? She had curves back in the day, and she still got some. I'm telling you. Ursula's back home, but she's different. Major change is coming to Atina and Reverie. I have no choice but to be a part of it. So I wonder if there's something that's gone awry. If, like, there's not supposed to be two oracles, and now there are. Or maybe she lost her oracle powers because it was passing to me, and because she loved Chaos so much, she did everything to try and reunite with him. On to Act 3. An opportunity to talk to Chaos is something I can't afford to waste. They must be the most elusive and capricious of all the aspirations.
Brava, dearie, brava. Fancy seeing you here.
You and my mother.
What can I say? I'm a card.
Huh?
How? Why?
Why? Because we fell in love. As a matter of fact, she seduced me. I wanted to remain unattainable.
I fucking love Chaos.
But your mother, she has her ways.
It's Chaos trying to play our game.
What, did you think I bewitched her? Cast an evil love spell? Oh no, dearie. Sorry to disappoint.
So why then? Why did you imprison truth?
To end the Age of Glory.
The Age of Glory? Their painted face is eerie in its sudden stillness.
The others wouldn't exactly have approved of my methods, and without truth, they were blind to my little scheme.
Okay, so it sounds like truth was aligned with glory. So let's check the heart real quick. Can I check the heart from here? I cannot check the heart from here. All right. Hold on. Let me write down a note in case this dialogue goes for a while and I can't check. So, truth is aligned with glory. So if it's the Age of Glory, I assume she was the leader. So we have chaos ending the rule, so they took out truth to do it. Knock out glory. Chaos stares at me unblinkingly, their face blank. There's something in that gaze that reminds me of my mother. Yeah, we got a bunch of codex entries last time, and I was saving them for whenever we before we get to the first chapter of the new act, we'll go through all of the new codex entries and read all of them. Look, I know it looks like I was banging your mom, but in truth, 'twas she who banged me. Like a drum I was. A glint of calculating scrutiny reflected in a funhouse mirror. If they expect me to turn away, they'll be disappointed.
Ursula chose me as the new reigning aspiration, but we were robbed of the chance to follow through.
I see. So one aspiration rules at a time?
I'm afraid the glorious age of chaos is on the back burner at the moment. The priority now is simply to end Glory's reign.
Okay, so Glory is still
The
ruling.
mortal construct has its hooks in Glory, and deeply. One with which you are fast becoming familiar.
MK?
Rhymes with phono sunburn.
But how is Glory working with Mono Concert? Wait, what? Take a few moments just to process this. Visualize the many implications and the interweaving paths I've seen crossing the augural. Chaos seems to be getting impatient with me.
I'm sorry, was that too easy? Would you rather answer my riddles 3?
Absolutely not.
What do you call an aspiration without a Gregor?
No riddles, please.
A human?
The answer is desperate, Harmony. Desperate.
Were they starving Chaos out? Their eyes glitter within paint-streaked sockets.
Would you look at the time? I really must be going. Toodles.
Or are they implying that they're trying to starve Glory out to force them to quit their rule? Does the ruling aspiration have... Is it just whoever is getting the most egregor is considered the ruler? Or is there some other specific qualification that makes them the ruler and thus the age? Are all the others working for Glory as well? I don't know if you buy the notion that there can be only one empowered aspiration at a time. They've certainly mentioned ages in the past, and they said this is the Age of Glory, so it seems like ages are ruled by, in some fashion. All right, another tree chapter, chapter's tree. Not as many crystals this time, it seems like. But use chaos to depose Glory. Interesting that it's bond or chaos for this option today. And then cooperate with the aspirations. Bliss, truth, and power. Question is if we cooperate with them, Are they also trying to depose Glory? But just in a different way? Or is Chaos really wrenching things? Too much water? Sounding closer to a tradition. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. So heart screen. Before we get to the codex entries, I wanted to check something in the heart screen. I see. All right, well, I feel like my theory of like complementary and symmetrical is kind of not in the cards, because they talked about Truth was working with Glory, because Truth informing Glory of Chaos's scheme. All right, sorry, that was a hell of a sneeze. Oh jeez. But they talked about incapacitating Truth so that they couldn't inform Glory of the scheme that they were cooking up. So if those two are aligned, but they're not next to each other, my color wheel sort of interpretation of the relationship between them, I feel is kind of out the window. This just happens to be a circle, which, okay. You just got here, what's going on? Well, welcome on by. It's a little hard to give a rundown of what's going on now that we're in Act 3. It's interesting how Chaos is linked with Bond here. Change and disruption in communication and community. Yes, it is. It is very interesting by how those two are linked. But we just got our mother back, and apparently she was banging a god. Good for her. But it looks like we are looking to unseat the current ruler, question mark, god, and end the Age of Glory. Also, thanks for the hideaway. We got some codex entries. Seduced a god. Yeah. Allegedly seduced a god. We got Ursula, our mother. Ex Mono Kerns. Oh. He used to work for Mono Concern. Retired poet. Never married. Polyhymnia. Oh. So Poly is a shorthand for our name. Interesting. Earned a PhD in dead languages in France, moved to Athena to work with researchers on Oxyan poetry, and published a book on the topic. Joined Mono Concern briefly, where she met Marco Ricci. Left for undisclosed reasons. Has been living at the Naiads for decades, where she organizes artist residencies. All her. Message Chaos approved. Polyhymnia was, in Greek mythology, the muse of sacred poetry, sacred hymn, dance, and eloquence, as well as agriculture and pantomime. Interesting. She certainly originally pushed Poly to being an artist and such, which really didn't fit her vibes. She ended up studying, I think she has at least like a master's level in neurology and medical sciences, I believe. Yana studied engineering at MK Tech, specialized in hydro, works for urban planning as a level 5 employee. All right, you know, level 5, it's nice. You know, she's got an extra feat, you know, she's getting them levels. Just needs to make sure she keeps grinding away, all right, you know, clearing out the the low level packs of goblins and kobolds. You know, you really, you know, you gotta wait until you get up to like the 11th level employee before you can really start cashing in on those benefits. Born and raised in Athena, legal pronoun change in 2008, no family issues, pristine employment record, moved 12 times in the last decade, no known lasting relationships, arrested twice for drunk driving, suspected drug use. Interesting character. Okay. Society, all right, MK headquarters. It was built quite recently. This building, known as the Arrow, has become the beating heart of New Elysia. Welcoming thousands of employees each day, this is the place which Mono Concern operates. Open to the public every Wednesday and hosts open employment workshops every Saturday for any Athena resident looking for new job opportunities. You can also visit the penthouse anytime for a unique view over Athena. Legal pronoun change at the age 10? Interesting. Yes. And certainly we've got an interesting mix of characters. So our mother is Polly in an open relationship with Laszlo. We know Nora is trans. Which is this is a funny little detail seeing a speech. So Nora's voice actor is Abigail Thorne of Philosophy Tube. So this is just nice little nod, I think, to everything. So it's been a very inclusive cast, I would say. New Elysia. Built to serve Athena's growing population, this brand new district showcases the island's development and appeal. Mono Concern bought up most of Athena's farmland to erect these buildings, propelling the island into the 21st century. Built around a simple but effective grid plan, New Elysia is a shining example of the unstoppable force of progress. Designed by Mono Concern at the turn of the century, it took more than 20 years to see it rise from the dust. Roughly 10,000 people worked to construct it. Oxian Ruins. Dotted across most of Athena's underground, Oxian Ruins are under Mono Concern care. Regarded as our island's most prized historical legacy, they draw people from all over the world. The Oxians are unique to our island, a mysterious and astute people who left us with a plethora of temples and riddles. These temples remained abandoned for most of our recent history, until Mono Concern decided to fund the Oxian Renovation Plan to protect and restore over 50 sites across the island. The unstoppable force of progress. I see why Gloria is so highly... Yeah, it does make sense. I certainly wonder, though, if the egregor research Mono Concern is doing is benefiting or relating to Glory in any way. The Prescience Program sprang from long-lasting, far-reaching research by Mono Concern's cognitive department. This program is intended to be the next step in humankind's evolution, freeing us from our mind's limitations. Selected based on strict criteria, Prescients are explorers of the mind. Guided by Mono Concern's newest technology, they are employed to delve deep into the human mind and reach further into our dreams than ever before, where much remains unexplored. The Earth has been mapped, space has been conquered. Now, it's time to look within. Chaos's bedroom. A place in the void, home to forgotten dreams and impossible ideas. Hey, Ryleka, welcome on by. On the fringes of reverie lies Chaos's ever-changing bedroom. It is almost never in the same place twice. Few aspirations dare stray far from the heart of reverie into unconsciousness. This is where Chaos thrives, surrounded by unborn dreams and lost memories. Here, they can experiment as much as they please, building and destroying worlds on a whim, and minding their own business in the infinity they love so much. Alright, the Oxians. The Oxians lived on Athena centuries ago. Little is known of their habits. However, we do know that their dreams were closest to our world. It was easy to reach out to them. Once we did, they built temples and caves in our honor, showing how deeply they cared for us aspirations. Still, we stayed in the shadows, never revealing who we were. The Oxians disappeared and were replaced. Now the remnants of their civilization puzzle riddle. Until this mystery is solved, we will remain in the shadows. Did something destroy the Oxians? The aspirations are afraid of them? Do they not know why the Oxians disappeared and are afraid of whatever that is? Interesting. Very interesting.